Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM. We welcome you all back to our show, as well as tuning in through our online affiliates around the world. We're glad to have all of you with us as well. Cade Courtley is making his first appearance on our program today. And I know many of you may know that name for different reasons. He's not only a former Navy SEAL, but also he's a television host as well. This year, though, he's celebrating something really great that I think that all of us can relate to, and that is starting a new business endeavor. He is the founder of Victory Coffees. We're going to talk to him about Victory Coffees, how it came about, but also what it's been like for him to use his expertise in life to be able to not only find success for himself, but also show other people what's possible for them as well. If you're just on finding out about Cade, as well as, of course, the coffee, we'll let you all know how you can find out about both later. But Cade, hello to you, and welcome back to the program.
Well, thanks for having me.
Hey, the pleasure's definitely all mine, Cade. Well, as I said, we're going to get into Victory Coffees a little bit later. I want to start off, though, by looking at, the amazing journey that your life has been. I won't say your career because you've been able to have various phases of your life, Cade. What has it been like for you to see, though, that the expertise and the training that you've been able to get throughout the years has been able to help you in each endeavor that you've gone into?
I would say there's two major events that happened to me early on in life that have led me to the different career paths I've taken. Number one, I was a late bloomer, so I was always the shortest, was always the skinniest, and so I had to try that much harder from an early age. So you can say that I had a chip on my shoulder, from an early age because of that, and didn't understand that would really pay off later. Feeling challenged, feeling like I had to try that much harder. The second major event that happened was about 2 weeks after high school graduation. 3 of my classmates were murdered by an escaped convict from a prison, and it was incredibly unfortunate. But what I gained from that was you have to make every day count, and being afraid is just a waste of time because you never know when it's your time. So those two major turning points basically have basically given me the journey I've taken thus far in life, whether it was the SEALs, whether it was writing a book, trying to go to Hollywood and do that, or starting my own business.
Yeah. Right. Well, I think, I'm so glad you shared that, Cade. I think, for so many people, there are those moments that they look at as kind of that turning point for them. Is that also one of the things that you think has kept you consistent, knowing why you started on this journey in the first place?
Well, look, I'll go back to, make every day count and don't be afraid to take a chance. And if you, that gave me the strength to get through SEAL training. That gave me the faith or the understanding that, hey, if today's my day, it's my day, so there's no point in being afraid. It gave me the courage to go ahead and try something new, whether it was going to Hollywood, where I didn't know anybody, I wasn't related to anybody, I didn't have any contacts, and ultimately start a business scratch with every penny I'd ever saved and sold every shiny toy I ever owned. All those were challenges, but again, it goes back to, and it could be your day any day. You could be walking your dog and get hit by a car. So make it count.
Yeah. To stay with that point for a moment, Cade, there are so many people when they look at it that way, that makes them almost fearful in life that, there's really no point. For you, though, it seems to become more of a mission of, do all you can while you can. What has it been like for you to be an example for other people as to how it really is a choice of them personally, how they choose to look at each and every day?
Well, you only have there's one thing that we have no control over, and that's time. It keeps ticking, and you have to make sure you take advantage of every moment you can. if you want to live your life to the fullest. And that's why I tell people, don't let your decision making be driven by fear or, well, I might not succeed or something like that. Get out there and go for it. And if you are truly passionate and you put everything into it you got, your chances of success are very high.
Yeah. I think that is such a great thing. And you've been able to find that level of success for yourself in a variety of ways. And now the newest, of course, this year, as I mentioned, with the business venture as well. I think, for many people who are just now hearing about the coffee, Victory Coffees, we'll be letting them know how they can be able to find out more information, Cade. I mean, talk to us about, of course, the name, I'm sure, has a lot of meaning for you. But what was the mission for you when it came to creating this coffee?
Well, I tell you what, if you've spent any time with Navy SEALs, you understand we all have a few traits in common. We are very aggressive, we're all type A, and we're very independent thinkers. So that equates perfectly to being an entrepreneur or small business owner. Because if the harder I work, I get the payoff. If I screw up, I only have myself to blame, and I love that. So and being able to be the person who's making the decisions, right or wrong.
Right.
And so, like I said, being a SEAL and being an entrepreneur, it's a perfect match. It really is. And what I learned in the SEAL teams, especially as a platoon commander, when I was given a mission and I had to plan the mission, I had to figure out the right people for the mission, the right equipment for the mission, and I had a timeline, and then we had to go out and execute it. That's exactly like starting a small business. You have all those same elements that you have to kind of work through and make sure, and then be ready for the, I just hit a landmine, now what? This didn't work out the way I wanted to, and come up with a plan B. So in many ways, being a platoon commander and being a small business owner are kind of identical, except now that I'm in the coffee business, I'm not getting shot at, so I'm okay with that.
Right. And, one of the things I noticed, Cade, when I was prepping for this segment, of course, is we're able to see one of the things online is the commercial that you were shooting for Victory Coffees. We're going to be letting our audience know, as I said later, how they can find out about the coffee itself. But one thing that has definitely stayed with you is the importance of looking out for others. Even as we're doing this taping today, you recently were making sure that the other veterans were able to benefit. You're giving away coffee to them. Why has it been so important for you to make sure that you continue to pay it forward?
I tell you what, transition out of the military is tough. And I don't care how tough you are, it's tough. And for me, I was active duty for 9 years, surrounded by elite people that I trusted with my life. And I didn't realize when I got out that it's not that way in the real world. So the desire for me to at least get a little bit of that camaraderie still is really important. And that's why, like just yesterday, I was at the VA hospital in Phoenix. And Victory Coffees, every 68 weeks, will go to a new VA hospital, and I will donate a couple 100 pounds of our coffee. And it's a little thing, but I tell you what, if you're sitting there in a waiting room to see your doctor for 2 hours, at least my fellow veterans can enjoy some award-winning coffee. And it's the least we can do at this point.
Wow. I think that's so true, and I think it really reminds us all, Cade, of how we can all use the opportunities that we have to be able to make a difference for others. Again, everyone, Cade Courtley is our guest for this segment. He's not only a former Navy SEAL, but also a television show host that is now, of course, enjoying the privilege of being an entrepreneur with his coffee, Victory Coffees. Now, the website for you guys to go to is victorycoffees.com. That's victorycoffees.com. There, people can be able to order the coffee for themselves. Cade, talk to us about what was important for you when you were kind of developing Victory Coffees and the flavor.
Well, I tell you what, the business model I wanted it. Well, number one, because I didn't have that father who wrote me a check for $2 million and said, "Okay, good luck, son." I had to be smart about how I did, and the business model I wanted to follow was a membership-based model, kind of like Dollar Shave Club, where you sign up and it shows up at your door every month. And and the fact that we have award-winning coffee and you know it's going to show up every month, people love the convenience factor, especially with consumables like razors, diapers, or really, really good coffee. So that's the business model I took on. And I tell you what, that first year was a struggle, again, because I didn't, I didn't have that blank check. So I was scrapping and fighting for every member I could get. But then I had the fortune of being featured on Shark Tank this year in January. And then was featured on Fox and Friends the Monday after the inauguration. And it was great because, obviously we're a very patriotic company. We're veteran-owned. And that was one of those days as a small business owner that you dream of, because I got to sit there after that interview and just watch the membership go up and up and up and up. And it was a great day. And, like I said, it was one of those days as a small business owner you dream of. You got people who are willing to give you a try.
Right. And I think that says so much, Cade, about business because, none of us ever know what's going to happen when something new starts. But I think to be able to have that idea and to be able to then have people support that idea, really, I think it means so much. Now, I love the fact I was on the website, again, is victorycoffees.com. If people go there to victorycoffees.com/coffee, of course, they're kind of getting an idea, of course, of the different types of coffee that they can be able to get. Of course, they'll see names like Leatherneck and Sailor, Trooper. Was that also part of the fun for you as well, to be able to personalize these, but also to make them true to your background as well?
Well, yeah, I wanted a military element in there, obviously because of my background, but I didn't want to shove it down people's throats. And so when I was deciding on the branding and the name, I wanted to go back to a time when basically everybody who lived in America was proud to be an American and took care of each other. And so that was kind of that post-World War II era. And that's the branding we took. And you'll notice that, I call her Betty Bean, but she in many ways resembles Rosie the Riveter. And I took the name of the different blends from that era as well, that 40s and 50s era. So your Leatherneck is our dark roast, Sailor is our medium roast, and Trooper is our light roast. We have an Admiral Espresso. We have an Airman Decaf. And you can get it in whole bean, ground, and I can't say K-Cup because that's trademark. So we have V-Cups, which are single-serve pods, and I'm proud to say that they are the world's strongest because we cram 12 grams of espresso in each one of those things. So for anybody who loves the convenience of a V-Cup but says, but it's kind of watery, give ours a try. You will not be disappointed. That's actually the majority of our business is the V-Cups.
Wow. And, I love, too, that people can kind of have it tailored to their individual, their individual taste in that how many cups they drink a day. Myself, I'm a 2 cups a day guy. So, you have it so that we can kind of get an idea of what we need. Was that also part of the behind-the-scenes part, the marketing part, the business side that you had to try to figure out when you were kind of creating this as well?
Well, what I wanted to do, when I was working with my web designer, I said, if somebody in 3rd grade can't order, then we're doing something wrong. So I wanted it simplified. And so it was as simple as that. How many cups a day do you drink? Okay, well, then that would put you in this plan. And then we offer all the different blends that we have, and give kind of a description. They aren't flavored blends, but it's just kind of like a wine. You say, this is sort of what it tastes like. And after that, it's as simple as, do you want it whole bean ground or do you want it in a V-Cup? And it's just those 3 simple steps, and you're signed up. And I know people get a little nervous about something that is a monthly recurring. And I promise you, you can cancel this at any time. There are no hidden fees. You can try it for a month by gifting yourself. You can add to your order. You can take it down. You can skip a month. You can change it to a different blend. You have all those options available to you. All you have to do is log in, and it's as simple as that. And again, under the premise of if a third grader can't go in there, change their order, skip a month, then we need to fix that. And so it's a very, very user-friendly website.
Right, for sure. Again, everyone, that's www.victorycoffees.com is the website for you to be able to go to be able to find out more information about the coffee as well as to place your order. Really excited to be able to speak with you, Cade. Congratulations to you on the success of the coffee and your careers in life and what you've been able to do to help others. And looking forward to speaking with you again.
Hey, I really appreciate you giving me the time, and I'd be happy to come on anytime again. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
More than welcome. Thank you, Cade. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late, you missed part of the conversation with Cade, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media site, so head over to facebook.com/Cyrus Webb or go over to twitter.com/Cyrus Webb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share it with your friends from there, too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. You all make it a great one.